The rising, y'all. They got soldiers here. They got a whole bunch of soldiers on this land right here. They're communicating with me. There's some strong activity by the tree right there, that tree. It's like along this tree line right here, how the trees are in alignment with each other. There's all kind of activity right here in this opening. I was led here for a reason. I'm picking up heavy soldier energy here. I'm seeing an Indian chief play the drum. I forgot what you call that. I'm seeing one of them sitting down playing that drum right there. I'm hearing it too. It's hard to explain. Like, it's Indian music, it's Native American music, but it's hard to describe. But there's an Indian chief sitting right there, is what I just seen. And they got them shaker things like that. It's a Native American practice that used to be done here a long time ago, is what that Indian is trying to show me. Hey, can y'all hear me? But yeah, I'm definitely picking up heavy soldier energy. And I just, like the energy started coming through as an Indian chief. There's an Indian chief that's over there in that opening. It's like there's soldiers right here mixed with Indians. Bro, I wish I could see this. If y'all only had the gift, I'm telling you what I'm seeing with my spiritual vision. There's soldiers and there's an Indian chief right there. I'm telling y'all. He's not bad. He's just playing the drum and they're all going like it's like a ceremony, a Native American ceremony that they used to have years ago, a long time ago. This was being done like like a lot of healing practices has been done. Yeah, this land feels extremely sacred. Like there's no negativity allowed here. I feel welcome here. Like the energetically, I feel welcome here. That's how I know that it's good. It's a sacred land. I feel welcome here. The minute I step off, like whenever I was on the road area, it's an unwelcoming energy. But the minute I get on this land right here, to be exact, I feel a strong sense of welcome. You don't have to leave. This is some serious stuff, y'all. I'm not making this up, y'all. There's an Indian chief that caught my attention spiritually, and there's soldiers along these tree lines right here. But something, it's like they're not going beyond the tree line. It's nothing bad. But they had an Indian chief that's sitting right there playing. I forgot what they call them drums. But it's the drums that the Native Americans use, the Indians use. And what was happening is he was trying to give me a vision of what they used to practice a long time ago, years ago. They used to practice this right here. And it was involving healing practices. Okay, so there's some soldiers that could have got injured and they could have did something like to heal, like to patch them up, etc. That's the kind of vibes I'm getting. I'm getting the vibes of a soldier holding his arm, like, my arm, holding his arm. Then I'm seeing this man like kind of lay there or whatever, and someone is right there trying to make sure he's okay, and he wraps the wound up. So he definitely got wounded in his left arm is what I'm getting. I'm getting a lot of pain around my shoulder, right there below the shoulder area. Right there, he was wounded. I'm feeling like a lot of pressure in my left shoulder. So yeah, that's where it happened. But no, it's not bad at all. It's a very welcoming energy. And believe it or not, y'all, this is the first time I've ever came on this spot. Out of all the years I've been here, this is the first time I've been here. I pass it all the time, but it's the first time I come here. Like they got a public road to where you could go on the public road, but this is the first time I come here and actually stand on this ground. But yeah, they had an Indian chief that was playing whatever you call that, and the soldiers are over here. along the tree line where the oak trees are. They're over there. I guarantee you, if you was to set up cameras or EMF detectors here late at night, you would catch a lot of orbs. You would catch a lot of spiritual activity on this land right here. You may even catch soldiers, is what I'm getting. Soldiers. Tell you what I seen a few minutes ago, there was an Indian chief over there, y'all. I don't know his name, but it was an Indian chief over there. I got a clear vision right here. He was sitting right there. Before you get up that hill, he was sitting right there. I know I'm Cherokee and Chillen, but I have Irish and German. Asian too. I have Asian, Irish, German, and Indian. Mixed with all of those. I don't know, it's just like a strong welcoming energy, like, hey, you're welcome here. But the minute I get on that road, that's not really that much welcoming energy on that side. Around the whole thing, really. But over here, it's like a strong, like, hey, you're okay here. Whatever spiritual activity is occurring outside this type of protection, this sacred land, it can't harm you here, son. I can feel that in my intuition. I don't get any bad gut feelings right here. I feel safe spiritually. It's like it's hard to describe because they have a whole bubble of protection that starts at that fence right there. It's like a fence of protection all the way down like that. Oh yeah, bro. There ain't no demons coming. Ain't no demons coming on this land. No, they not. No, they not. No, they not. There was a reason why I was guided here. Out of all these years I lived here, y'all, this is the first time I end up on this land. To be honest with y'all, always passing on the street right there, but I never came over here. This is the first time being here. You hear the church bells going off as I'm saying that? Y'all hear them? They still ringing. Y'all hear them? All right, it's stop now. That right there was a sign from the Most High. Out of all this time, like when I'm here talking about that, then bells start going off. Confirmation. I mean, as a spiritual person, that's the way I look at a synchronization, as I'm on to something, and that right there is in sync with what I'm channeling. Guys, like your intuition's on it, son. And bells are a sign of peace. So that's a double confirmation that I'm safe here. It's energetically I feel safe spiritually. But the minute you get on the other side of this land, there's a lot of negative hostile energy on that side. And there's something that's keeping that away. They can't come over here. They can't come over here. Whatever spiritual activity is occurring outside this land, it can't come over here. There's an Indian, I'm telling you, y'all, what I seen over there. There's an Indian chief, and they have soldiers along these trees right here. I mean, they don't have to stay there, but I'm getting the energy that they're right there. There's a heavy guarded energy here on this ground, brother. There ain't nothing coming up over here. There ain't no dark energy coming up on this land. Confirm. Y'all heard that? You heard that? That right there would be a spiritual phone call, but coming through a physical synchronization. Okay, so that could be a sign that, son, this is your higher calling. You're supposed to use your psychic abilities to get into this information. This land is meant for you to actually investigate to see what's going on. That's why you're welcome here. You're not, they ain't gonna make you feel unwelcome. You welcome here. When I seen that Indian chief, it's almost like, come on down, come on, come on. They got like some guru energy over here too. I'm sensing a bit of guru energy. Like one of these individuals could have been like a guru or something like Hinduism. I'm getting a lot of that energy too. Like there's some heavy guru hierophant energy over here, like in the upright position. That's what I'm getting. Heavily. It's like the Indian chief showed himself, but yet there's like this guru hierophant energy. Okay, so there definitely could have been some spiritual practices done in the light side, because this land right here, bro, it's sacred. Ain't no doubt about that. So that right there would be an indication of spiritual practices with that hierophant energy. Something about that happened a long time ago. So that would explain why this land is okay to be on. There's no hostility here, spiritually. But the minute you get on, I'm telling you, the minute I get across that line, that barrier protection, that's protecting the sacred land, it's gonna go back to the same. But right here, it's like there's nothing that could get past that. I can feel that. I can feel them like they're not coming on. They're not even trying to get in. Like they know better than to come on this land. They're going like, it's hard to explain. It's like they're not gonna come on this land, but they just keep on going. They can't come over here. I'm gonna have to do my investigative research, do some research, some physical research. But they had an Indian chief that was by the mound right there, a little bit down from the hill. And they had soldiers that was right here by the trees. And they had one of the soldiers that said his left arm, etc., below his shoulder. That's what I was picking up, because I felt like a heavy pressure in my left shoulder. Yeah, this is definitely a sacred land right here. I can't believe this is the first time I'm on this land. After passing by this all these years, this is the first time I'm on this land right here. Now, this will be a part that's not cursed. This part of the land is not like that. It's a very comfortable, welcoming energy to where there's a lot of peace here. I mean, look at it, y'all. Just the environment feels peaceful, don't it? Even on camera, I can feel that. Y'all see how peaceful it is? It's like the land itself. You could tell there's no negativity here. Just look at it. I'm getting some Hierophant energy in that building. Get some Guru energy. Indian Chief Guru energy. Hinduism energy. Like someone sitting there, Indian style, sitting there meditating like that. That's what I'm getting. Well, that's a good sign, a good indication that I'm not outcasted spiritually. I have some angels over here, bro. Like they have a lot of spiritual activity right here. But what went on a long time ago fits the description of what I'm practicing. That's why it's not all hostile. And they could have been shunned to the side is what I'm getting for being that person. Well, I'm not really getting shunned to the side, but there was a battle between darkness and light side whenever they was present on this land physically is what I'm getting. It was definitely a battle between the darkness and the light side on a spiritual level. And they stood there and fought relentlessly. There was definitely a lot of battling, like battlegrounds, what I'm getting, but they won. They won and protected their land. That's what I'm talking about. I like that energy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all, I was just guided over here just to check it out. I was following my intuition. If y'all seen an awkward moment of silence that whole time whenever I was running a bit, I would skip around a bit, jump across the ditches, etc. Right here's to get the energy flowing. But if y'all experience an awkward moment of silence, that was a deep part of meditation, a deep state of meditation I was in. Using breathing exercises. I don't know if y'all could hear that. That's a certain exercise I was using. But anyways, y'all, hopefully y'all enjoy the scenery over here. It's a very peaceful place. I don't want to go any further because I don't know who owns this. But spiritually, I feel welcome here. I feel welcome here. This is the only place in this town that I feel welcome to. And to be greeted by soldiers, bro, that's a sign right there. The soldiers are right there by the tree. It's like there's these old, I don't know what you call them. They have the spears. It's the old school soldiers with the spears, and they have the armor on with that red type of, it's hard to explain. It's like a red feather on the back of their helmet like that, and they got the shield, and they have a spear standing right there. I don't know if you ever played the game Zelda, Legends of Zelda, or Zelda Ocarina of Time, or however you say that word. I don't know if you ever played the game Zelda, but if you pay attention to that game, whenever you try to get to the castle, they had them soldiers that met them. That's what these people look like. These soldiers, some of them. Which I know the game ain't reality, but that's the kind of soldier I'm trying to describe. That's how they look. Some of them standing there with a spear. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm welcome here. I'm welcome here. Come on, come on. We ain't go. You welcome here, boy. You know what I'm saying? What it gonna do? That makes me happy. Now here we go back with the hostility. Watch, the minute I step on this ground, see, it's not there no more. Bro, that land right there just put me in a whole other energy to where I'ma cherish that. I'ma cherish that. That definitely raised my vibration. Cause I was in a kind of low energy on the way up here. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Not really negative energy, but just a low vibrational energy. Not really negativity, but it's just low vibration. I'm telling y'all, I'm welcome there. It's starting to fade slowly, that energy. Yeah, it's not the same over here. It's not the same. I don't really feel any hostility right now, but it's just that energy is going away. Man, I wish I had a camera to where, you know how they have thermal cameras? Confirmation. You know how they have thermal cameras to sense whenever like body heat is around, or they have like the thermal cameras? I wish they had spiritual cameras to where you can actually get spiritual activity to where it won't show itself every now and then. It'll get the whole thing. Like a video like this, you can actually catch spiritual activity 24/7, like a normal camera would. Like, you know how they got normal cameras for us humans, like in the physical? I wish they had a spiritual camera to where you could get paranormal activity 24/7 to see what's going on. That would be awesome, you know? That'd be awesome. But but anyways, it's hot out here. What are you trying to do? Try to have me bake out here like a pancake? Lady? Lady? It's a hot day today, y'all. Hey, y'all stood it? Okay, hold on. I gotta go get in the shade somewhere, y'all, so I can read y'all comments. The way the sun is, I can't read y'all comments right now. But yeah, that energy back there, the soldiers, a couple of soldiers, not all of them. There's a couple of soldiers that I picked up that look like the soldiers in the game Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Like how if you try to go get past that gate, they was to stop you at the gate and throw you out like that. That's the kind of soldiers that was over there. I want to say, ain't it Romans? Roman soldier or something? they welcome me over there, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I know what I feel energetically. For me to be happy like that and to have that high vibrational energy, that's a clear indication. Clear indication. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to get to y'all comments here in a minute. There we go. Get some shade right here. Good rising, y'all. How y'all doing? But yeah, just like I said a few minutes ago, I know that was an awkward moment of silence at me going there. It was just a deep state of meditation. I'm going to make sure I put in the comment section where y'all can forward if y'all want to skip that part at me being there at the that sacred ground. But yeah, just like I said earlier, like there were some soldiers, the older soldiers that was over there. And it gave off the vibes like what my vision showed me. It was like the vibes of like the game Zelda. At how if you try to go in the castle, they'll stop you at the castle and throw you out gate, and you couldn't get in there. You had to sneak around them at the gate, like you know how they sit there like that with their spears. They sit there like that and be guarding it. That was the exact opposite energy whenever I walked in there. It wasn't a defensive like no, you can't be it. It wasn't that. But yeah, they had those style of soldiers over there at that land. So apparently, bro, I have to be a powerful person. Like I'm not about to sit there and get my ego, y'all, because I'm not the most powerful person out there. I'm not saying none of that. But for me to channel that the way I did, like I gotta be a powerful person, bro. They don't just let anybody. You ain't gonna get through. I'm telling you. I cherish that though. Whatever that was back there, I cherish that because that is definitely a strong spiritual indication. The Indian chief welcomed me. The soldiers welcomed me. So that right there is a good sign. I'm gonna have to go do my research physically to see what went on. And with the Hierophant energy being there, what I channeled through my vision with the Hierophant card, which the Hierophant energy is all about spiritual practices. Like that right there would be, that could be in the form of a guru, because I kind of channeled that too. Whatever happened on that land was very, 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 very powerful and positive. You can feel that right there. Like a peaceful feeling in your heart area. Like it's not this tense energy like, oh man, something don't feel right. You ain't feeling that over there on that land. No, you're not. No, you're not. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Just like the game Zelda. Those soldiers that's sitting at the end, protecting that land, if they don't want someone there, they ain't gonna be there. They don't want a dark energy there, they ain't gonna be there. They ain't getting in there. No, they're not. No, they're not. You know what I'm saying? That's funny how I explain things, by the way. I'm not that good with explaining things like that, but I'm doing my best of my ability to actually explain it to where it's not funny, because it's really not. But it is, though. You know what I'm saying? It is. It is. It is. All right, y'all. I don't know how much longer my phone's gonna be on because the battery's going low. But I'm gonna stay on here and talk to y'all until it goes off. I'm really trying not to be funny, y'all. It's just being over there put me in a good energy. I ain't felt that way in a long time. A long time. How they say that? They say God's guidance works in mysterious ways. Not really he speaks or shows signs in mysterious or works in mysterious ways. It's all about God giving guidance in mysterious ways. I couldn't explain why I was led there, y'all. And I promise, that's my first time on that land. I pass it all the time. I pass in front of it all the time on that road. But I never went there, though. That's the first time me being there. I just found no use to be there. Like, there's really nothing, or unless I was something trying to manipulate me to keep me from there. But I mean, I'm not going to blame everything on manipulation on a spiritual level. But it could have been something keeping me from there because of what's happening now. They don't want me to know about that, but I deserve to know. Talking about on a spiritual level, like something spiritually may have been preventing me to actually know or to be in the energy that I'm in now. Because that right there released a lot of negative energy off of my spirit just being on that lane. I don't really feel the same way I felt earlier on the way up there. You know? I don't really feel the same way as I felt on the way up there, energetically. It's a complete different energy. I like to find out if there was those kind of soldiers over there. That's what I want to know. Did they in fact have those type of soldiers? Like in the game, that's the only thing that I can, that's the only thing that I could channel or to speak about in order to verify what I seen over there, what I felt over there, what kind of soldiers they were. Like how they look, to describe the look about them. They look like the soldiers off the game Zelda Ocarina of Time. When you try to go in the castle, that castle section, and if you try to go through that fence and they catch you at that gate, they're gonna stop you and throw you out of there. Temple of Time. That's another thing that's coming through to me. Temple of Time. So yeah, that could have been a sacred temple over there. Uh-huh. That could have been a sacred temple because if I'm channeling spiritual energy and all this positive energy is surrounding me where I'm protected. So yeah, that would explain it. Something about a sacred temple. They want me to fight for my land and take this land back and get rid of this negative energy here. That's what they're trying to tell me. Because that's what they had to do. Bro, for that spiritual activity, what I just felt a few minutes ago, and what happened, that's unexplainable. I can't explain that. But yeah, y'all, my phone's about to go off. The battery's low. Battery's drained. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all very much for tuning in and enjoying the journey that I went on today to experience this for the first time. This is where my intuition guided me to go. But anyways, y'all take it easy out there. Much love to y'all. If y'all want to leave any donations, I will have a link in the description box below if y'all want to help me out or help the channel out. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I'll see y'all some other time. Peace.